I get it, guys. I'm a bit late to be talking about Dune right now, but I'm an OG, okay? I read the book before the movie came out, alright? Before the first one even came out, I would go up to my friends at lunch and I'd say, have you ever heard of Dune before? And they would be like, no. And I'd respond with... because I was an annoying little freshman back then, you know? Ever since I finished the first book back in like 2020, it instantly became my favorite book of all time. This was kind of like the first book I ever read, with stuff before being like Jurassic Park or whatever. Dune really got me into books, with me reading the Game of Thrones and Wheel of Time series right afterwards. Since the only film adaptation of Dune we had was this.
You mustn't speak!
I only invested myself in the books, and I'll say they are really good, but me and a lot of other people thought there was just no way a movie adaptation would ever really work. Especially never becoming a blockbuster hit with widespread appeal. And boy, were we wrong. The fact that I probably don't have to explain to you what Dune is makes me so happy you don't understand. My friends yelling "Silence!" while we're eating now warms my cold little heart. Even some of my uncultured family knows what Dune is now and think that it slaps hard. Dune even got the highest award that any piece of media can get today. Skins in Fortnite!
Happening in Fortnite today.
Look at all these TikToks, dude. They're so dumb, but like, it shows Dune even has a piece in this type of community, you know? The Dune agenda is finally over, my brothers. Dune is finally mainstream. Okay, let's start where this journey begins back in 1984. The first Dune movie was directed by David Lynch.
Good morning. It's December 16, 2022, and if you can believe it, it's a Friday once again.
Who overall is an amazing director, with Blue Velvet being an awesome movie, and Twin Peaks probably being my favorite live-action show I've ever seen. Wow, one of my favorite directors made a movie of my favorite book ever? I was really excited when I learned this, and the movie did not live up to my expectations. It did feel like Dune, with a lot of the characters being a bit emotionless and boring. Combining that with David Lynch's habit of making scenes long and awkward.
Look at that! Ducks on the lake.
And you have a movie that failed to give Dune the hype it deserves. Dune had a budget of $42 million and grossed about $30 million at the box office. They lost $12 million with this. So making an adaptation of Dune was mentally blacklisted in Hollywood. Then we fast forward to 2020. We get the first teaser of Dune Part One, directed by Denis Villeneuve, who made one of my favorite movies of all time, Blade Runner 2049. When I saw the teaser, I got deja vu of when I heard about the first Dune movie, so I was hesitant in giving this movie a chance. But it did draw the interest of normies because Zendaya was in it, and she was getting extremely popular being in Spider-Man and starring in Euphoria, a show very popular for teenagers. So the teaser caught their attention too. Also, other very well-known actors were in the cast, like Timothée Chalamet, who had just been in the newest Wes Anderson movie, The French Dispatch. But with Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, and Dave Bautista, you got Star Wars, Marvel, and DC fans interested in checking out Dune. Javier Bardem was famous for being the villain in No Country for Old Men, so people who just really like good films were now interested as well. And Hans Zimmer was doing the soundtrack! The guy who did the soundtracks for The Dark Knight and Interstellar. It's a done deal, dude. This movie was set to be a masterpiece, but it didn't get as many normies as we had hoped. All of my friends at the time didn't even see it. This was when movies were just starting to come back into the theaters after COVID, so a lot of people just didn't go. Like, HBO Max was releasing movies on their streaming service for free. That's how long ago we were talking about. Also, the movie was like Dune, so it did feel a bit boring for modern audiences. Enough people did see it though to get somewhat popular, with the skins in Fortnite coming out, and at least getting Dune out to millions of new people. But we didn't have to worry for long, because Dune Part 2 was announced, and we only had to wait 3 years. So Dune was just in, and out of popularity, until it happened.
I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis! Eruditina Heshidani Nelisanangai Ruidimenaru Ashidi.
Dune 2 is still in theaters as I'm recording this right now. So I'm still in like the peak of the after effect. Dune 2 has made Dune a household name. Everyone now loves Dune. My friends at lunch now yell, "Silence!" They send me all these Paul Atreides TikToks. It's so dumb. But why was this movie so much popular than the first one? You'd assume more people would see the movie where you don't need the context from the other movie, you know, from an other separate movie. But let's think about the context. Despite Oscar Isaac not being in the second film, he did play the new MCU hero Moon Knight, so that probably helped more people watch Dune 1. Timothée Chalamet became the new Willy Wonka, which Wonka also had some controversy behind it, which probably brought more attention to Dune since Timothée Chalamet is the star of both movies. Florence Pugh was a new addition to the cast and is insanely popular, being a titular character in Oppenheimer, and normies thirsting over her in Black Widow. In the actual movie, I'd say there's more normie humor. Like those awful jokes in Marvel movies that have multiple compilation videos on YouTube. They're not that bad in Dune, but it is noticeable. Especially since TikTok has a hold over all the moments in the movie now. Also, there's a lot more action in this movie since everyone loves killing. So it helped the movie be popular. Also, some shots go so fucking hard. It's like wallpaper bait. Remember what I said about the story, Dune characters being boring for modern audiences in nature? That is completely removed here. Paul and Chani get so much character development in this movie that it's 2 times as much as they ever got in the book. They get really emotional too, with much more character conflict taking place that didn't even happen in the book. I think all of what I've said about Dune Part 2 in combination with each other kind of proves why Dune is a household name now. But it didn't compromise what Dune was. It honors the source material and gives it the little change it needs to be better for the big screen and resonate with a bigger audience. I feel like all adaptations should be like this, so if they ever decide to make a Scythe movie, they should follow the formula Dune has made. Alrighty, that's the end of the video. Bye!